What's up, guys? It's Jades Corner back here again for a brand new video. And in today's video, I'm going to give you guys my rant and review of Wolfpack Season 1's finale, Tropic Cascade, or however you pronounce the name, but the Wolfpack Season 1 finale, essentially. So if you're ready to hear my thoughts and opinions on today's episode, make sure you guys leave a like, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. When you do, hit that bell icon to set your notifications to all. Let's hop right into it. All right, so the Wolfpack Season 1 finale. What did I think about this episode? This episode was not good at all. I was bored throughout most of this episode, and if you ask me how I feel about the show entirely, the show is not that good.
This is bad. This is very bad.
I think a lot of the show is overrated because a lot of people want something unique and different from Teen Wolf, and different and unique does not always equal good, as I'm pretty sure a lot of people know on this channel. My opinions on things being different and unique. I have a lot I want to say, but I'm going to save that for my live stream this weekend because I feel like I need to rant about both Teen Wolf the movie and Wolfpack, because as you guys know, my thoughts on Teen Wolf the movie have gradually changed like crazy over the last month. Like the first week, I was blinded by nostalgia, blah, 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 this and that, right? And I gave it a 9 out of 10. Then once the first week passed, if you guys saw my End of an Era live stream, you would know my rating dropped to an 8 or a 7. I think it was like an 8 in that video. Then over time, it dropped to a 7, a 6. And then when I did my yearly ranking for the seasons plus the movie, I think I gave the movie a 5 or 6 out of 10. Now that it's been nearly 2 months since the film came out, I think the film is realistically a 3 or a 4, and that's kind of being a little generous, to be honest. Teen Wolf the movie was not good, neither was Wolfpack. Now that I finished the entirety of the first season, kind of wish I never even saw Wolfpack because yeah, that show was not good at all whatsoever. But anyway, let's get into the finale stuff. With the finale, right, the first 15 minutes, there's nothing to speak of. It was a complete waste of time. They didn't cover anything of importance. Like, I guess we got flashbacks of the characters' backstories that got mentioned all throughout the episodes, but we already know what happened with that, so we didn't need to see a visual representation of it. Although I guess you can say it was kind of nice to see, but in my opinion, it was nothing but a waste of time because there was a lot of stuff they had to wrap up this episode anyway, and most of the stuff they didn't even wrap up. Like, for example, what the hell happened to Austin in the finale? Austin was not seen. We don't know what the hell happened to him. We don't know what's going on with him. So that was a plot hole left untouched that they never covered at all whatsoever. Ramsey being a werewolf was very predictable. We predicted this like once we got to episode 3, 4. And Ramsey being the mom, we also predicted weeks ago when she killed that cop with the flashlight. So that reveal was kind of lame in my opinion. I hate how the werewolves' powers work in Wolfpack, how they all have one special ability and stuff. It's just not how I envision werewolves being. Like I said, it's unique and different. I'll give Wolfpack credit there, but different and unique does not always equal good. And in my opinion, here it doesn't equal good lore or good werewolves, in my opinion. I think the werewolf makeup and prosthetics, especially the teeth, are really good. I will give them credit there. They did a really good job differentiating that from Teen Wolf. The eyes, in my opinion, hit or miss. They look good in some scenes. Other scenes, they look really bad. Kind of like in a way similar to Teen Wolf. So I don't know if this and Teen Wolf has similar budgets. It seemed like this show had a slightly better budget than Teen Wolf did, which is not saying much because some of the effects are still really bad in Wolfpack. So yeah, other than that, the main big points we get in this episode is we kind of wrap up the Malcolm storyline that started in episode 6. That, in my opinion, was the best fight of the entire show. That fight was actually pretty good, and it was the only entertaining thing that happened throughout this entire season, aside from all the stuff with Baron in his wolf form. And in my opinion, guys, is it just me? Because we've been having talks about this in my Discord server. The wolf from episode 1, 2, and 3 had a way bigger stature and was way more muscular in size and way larger than Baron's wolf, which looked skinny, unless they kind of changed it over time as the episodes came by, but I would just call that inconsistent. Did it feel like there were 2 werewolves to you at one point in time? Because we've been having talks about that a lot on my Discord recently. So yeah. And then the ending was just like, okay, before we even get to the ending, Harlan getting arrested was something that pissed me off to no end, because I'm like, why did like sure, I mean, it sets up stuff for season 2, but I'm just like, bro, why you gotta arrest Harlan, man? Like, I like Harlan, he's cool, and I didn't want to see him get arrested, but him getting arrested was actually kind of sad. Everett, the stuff going on with his dad, I mean, it kind of makes sense given the stuff he did with his mom in episode, I think it was 7 or 6. I think it was last episode where he was being really physical with his mom, and Blake called him out on it, stuff like that in the car while they were driving, I guess, to Blake's motel. And that stuff was okay. I was kind of lukewarm on it. I didn't really have a definitive set opinion. Luna was acting really out of character this episode, like really out of character, which was really weird to see. I was like, why is Luna being a fucking bitch? I'm like, what the hell? And then Blake was probably the most tolerable of this episode in terms of the characters, aside from Garrett, who was always good. Garrett is like the only redeeming factor of the show. He's like the only character I like. I really like Rodrigo Santoro. This is the first thing I've ever seen him in, and I want to see more from Rodrigo Santoro. So I might check out a couple of things he's in after done making these couple of videos for today. That'll be out either today or tomorrow as of the recording of this video. So yeah, but the ending of this episode just left me going like, bro, I don't want to and I unsubscribed from Paramount Plus, mind you. Like, as soon as I was done with the finale, I was like, hell no, I'm not staying subscribed to Paramount Plus. I'm unsubscribing because Teen Wolf the movie, once you take off the nostalgia blinders, and I'm gonna make a video on that, fully taking accountability for my behavior and how I went about the whole thing when the movie was coming out. So yeah, expect that video to come out sometime today or tomorrow. But once you take the nostalgia blinders off and once you look at the film for what it really is, it is a terrible product. It is something that was highly disappointing, and it speaks to a bigger issue, which I will cover in my video when I talk about specifically Jeff Davis, who I think is the biggest problem in both Wolfpack and Teen Wolf moving forward. So yeah, the ending of Wolfpack season 1 just had me going like, bro, I'm not watching season 2 unless people legitimately tell me they fixed all the issues with season 1, because this is not a show I want to rewatch. It's not, the ending didn't make me go, oh my God, I'm excited for a season 2. It just made me go, this was a waste of time. Why did I keep paying for Paramount Plus and watching this every week? I was like, I found myself bored every episode until something of substance happened, like the werewolf attacking. Like, there's barely any action in the show, and for a werewolf show, for me at least, that is a huge no-no. That's a huge no-no. Like, Vampire Diaries has way more action than this. Supernatural does, even though that's not a werewolf show. It's kind of a mix of a bunch of different monsters, but you get the point. It's a supernatural show. I'm expecting action, and there was barely any action in the show. Most of it was just boring dialogue, and the dialogue we did get was poorly written in the same vein. Not nearly as bad as Teen Wolf the movie, but it was still pretty piss poor dialogue nonetheless. So yeah, I'll probably give more constructive criticisms on Wolfpack Live, although it'll probably be a mix of constructive criticisms mixed with a rant, because I am not happy with the state of Teen Wolf, and I am not happy with how Wolfpack turned out either, because I do believe there are some really good things in both, and both of them could have been way better than they actually were. But like I said, I think the big problem here is Jeff Davis as a whole. I think he fell off as a writer entirely, and in my opinion, I should have realized that sooner, but I was younger and naive. I didn't really pay attention to all that kind of stuff. But now that I'm older and I understand, a lot more things, and I'm in. You guys know me for how analytical I am. I'm very analytical when it comes to Teen Wolf. Like, unless you clearly see me being blinded by nostalgia, like I was with Teen Wolf the movie when it first came out. Aside from that, y'all know me for being very analytical and breaking things down to a T, to a detail. So yeah, like, Wolfpack season 1 was not good. The finale was not good. I had to put this down there with episode 2, 5, and 7. Like, when your show has 4 good episodes and 4 bad episodes, it's not a good sign. Like, when half the show is good and half the show is absolutely terrible. I think the worst episode is still episode 7. Episode 7 was really bad. That episode was not good at all whatsoever. And that's just my opinion and how I honestly feel about Wolfpack. You guys can agree. I know a couple of you guys, I was checking out your comments before I made this video. You guys were like, Jade, we disagree. Wolfpack was good. Some of y'all was saying it's better than Teen Wolf season 2. Season 1, you can make an argument, but I'd argue season 1 at least has action over Wolfpack, and at least it's way more entertaining. Like that's not even up for debate. It's way more entertaining. I mean, you have Styles, and that enough puts it over Wolfpack. Like Styles and how entertaining first season of Teen Wolf is enough alone to put it over Wolfpack season 1 for me. Like at least with Teen Wolf, I'm constantly entertained and engaged the entire way through. Even the episodes that are not nearly as good as some others in season 1 are still at least decently entertaining. With Wolfpack, I was bored with every single episode, which is not good for me whatsoever. Because if I'm bored and trying to do other stuff on my computer while I'm watching a show like Wolfpack, it's a bad sign. And if you can't keep me engaged, then I'm gonna be real and be honest and tell you straight up how it is. It's not good. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on the finale of Wolfpack. I didn't think it was good at all whatsoever. If you enjoyed the finale, however, good for you. Glad you're able to enjoy it. Don't let my opinion affect how you enjoy Wolfpack. Same with Teen Wolf the movie now that I think now that I've taken the nostalgia blinders off and the hype has died down significantly from Teen Wolf the movie and I see it for what it is, don't let my changed opinion now affect. If you still enjoy the Teen Wolf movie, good for you. Glad you find something in there to enjoy. I'm glad you enjoy the movie. For me personally, the movie's not good. Neither is Wolfpack. They're both not equally bad. I think Wolfpack is still better than the film, but they're both not good at all whatsoever. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. If you guys like this video, make sure you leave a like. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel and help support as I reach 20,000 subscribers, or at least I'm trying to reach 20,000 subscribers by June, I think is the goal. We're steadily on that path. We're on the way to 14K right now. So if you want to help us reach that goal by the middle of the year, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications when you do, set them to all so that you never miss a future upload. For me, notifications have kind of been wonky lately, so just check back on the channel every now and then to see if I uploaded a new video, or if the notifications are working for you guys. Fine, now that's cool too. If you guys want to follow me on all my social medias, they'll be linked in the description below, including Patreon, which hosts my original book series True Alpha. We're on chapter 7 right now. Chapter 8 will be out in a couple of weeks during the first week of April. So if you want to learn any and everything about that, I also have a link on my About tab that'll lead you to the wiki, which will tell you everything you need to know about True Alpha. And I also have a YouTube channel dedicated to that as well. So if you're interested, all that will be in the description and in the About section of my YouTube channel. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video, which will be a video talking about Teen Wolf the movie. So yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.